The world has spoken. Avengers Endgame is shattering box office records around the world.
Whatever it takes.
Avengers Endgame, rated PG-13.
Intent on collecting the Infinity Stones, and he's going to move quickly to do it because he knows when word gets out that he's trying to collect the Infinity Stones that the forces of the universe are going to line up against him. So he's got a ticking clock, and that's kind of the essence of the film. It's a very simple plot.
After Avengers 3 and 4, Marvel Studios will begin a new phase in its universe. Do you feel like you, as directors of some of the biggest movies of the studio, have reached the end of a cycle too?
I mean,
look, we love working with Marvel.
We love it. Yeah, it's been one of the best experiences of our careers.
The quality of our experience with the quality of the work, and Marvel, it's always been, both areas have been of the highest you could possibly want or desire. So we've had an amazing experience working with them.
We've been so focused on these movies, though, that we haven't been thinking beyond them.
We'll say, though, that if that Fox deal goes through with Disney, there's a lot more characters to work with all of a sudden. Yeah. Be interesting to do something like Secret Wars.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another video in my Secret Wars Avengers 5 series. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of these kind of videos. So seeing as you are a Marvel fan, I'm going to do a prize just for you. So if you wanted to win 2 tickets to go and see Spider-Man Far From Home on July the 2nd, all you got to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below what is your biggest anticipation for the next Avengers movie. So before the video started, I played a clip from the Infinity War press junket with Joe and Anthony Russo, who they were talking about the Fox Disney merger buyout. Obviously now it's happened. They were talking about that they would love to do Secret Wars, and this is just a glimpse of what they've said previously in the past. They've said Secret Wars, Marvel can draw them back in with Secret Wars. They've said this multiple times. Now, we've all watched Endgame. Well, hopefully you've watched it. There was no reference to any character that could have any correlation to Secret Wars, except for, I don't know, the throwaway Living Tribunal scene that was meant to be in this movie. In Infinity War, he was randomly supposed to turn up during the fight on Titan, but they said that test screeners thought it was too confusing, and obviously it never really made it. They said it was too confusing. But what is interesting is Marvel tends to work 5 to 10 years ahead of its timeline. So in this interview, they say they've not spoken to Kevin Feige about doing it, but it is pretty bleak. It is pretty darn obvious to me that they will be producing Secret Wars whenever that happens. I believe Marvel Phase 4 will be about setting up the next big war. Secret Wars, so to speak. But they can't do that until all these new characters have been re-established in the MCU and they're live and kicking. Now, this could, woulda, shoulda, coulda take some time, because Kevin Feige said the X-Men may not show up for at least 5 years. Now, no official word is out about the Fantastic Four, but with the schedule they've already got, I believe that everything is building to the Secret Wars. So I believe that Avengers 5 will potentially be Secret Wars, and we'll divulge to that throughout this video. So what is also interesting is there was an Easter egg. Well, it's not really an Easter egg. It's just a reference, so to speak. In Endgame, that is re-emerged. There's a lot of variety, Vulture. There's a lot of websites talking about this at the moment. So Hulk holds up a mountain. So in Secret Wars number 4, the Hulk holds up a 150 billion ton mountain in order to prevent his fellow Avengers from being crushed. The ruins of the Avengers HQ in Endgame can't possibly weigh that much. But in that scene, the movie is still quite similar to the scene on the cover of the 1984 comic. So, and also Marvel have literally confirmed, yes, this was a hint. This was directly from the comic book. So there is a Secret Wars Easter egg. We know they're trying to build up to that, because what can be bigger, what can be harder than Endgame. They need to go something bigger. Now, the unofficial leaks have come out and said they won't be doing massive arcs. They're going to be doing mini arcs over 2 to 3 movies and stuff like that. I do believe that would be a better way rather than building up a 10-year storyline based around building up to the Infinity Saga and Endgame. So it does seem apparent to me that Secret Wars will be coming in the next 5 to 7 years. Now, obviously, there could be the new Avengers because they have to line up the Avengers before the heroes take on the villains. And if you don't know what Secret Wars is, it's when they're all sent to a battle world and the heroes take the villains on and they flip sides, etc. But it can't happen yet because there's so many crazy characters. The Beyonder needs to be involved, Galactus, Doctor Doom, Magneto, all the heroes, the Fantastic Four. So like I said, this would have to be a slow progression. But it is a bit peculiar how the Russo bros were speaking about Secret Wars vocally back before Infinity War was ever launched, before it premiered. So it's clear that the MCU future is teasing Secret Wars and also Secret Invasion. The Skrulls are not over. They're really not over. Spoiler warning for Dark Phoenix. So essentially the Dark Phoenix ending got changed because the Skrulls were in it. It was so similar to the Skrulls. Now, obviously Marvel owns Fox, but why would they change the ending for a movie that was very similar to Captain Marvel and the Skrulls if the MCU weren't going to be using the Secret Invasion storyline at some point? And yes, Kevin Feige, etc., have said that Marvel is open to doing literally every story. So in order to go bigger and harder and softer than Avengers 3 and 4, which could arguably be the most epic comic book movies we've had, we need Secret Wars or the Secret Invasion. But vocally, the Russo bros, obviously they did Civil War, they did Avengers 3, they did Avengers 4. So they've been working for a long time for Marvel. And I honestly believe behind closed doors, they've already signed to do Secret Wars in the future because let's be honest, guys, they have worked for Marvel for many, many years. They know exactly what's going on. And also the new Marvel Avengers video game, they were asked the question about future characters from other franchises, obviously meaning the Fox, will it appear in the game? And their answer was, well, we can't really go into that, but there will be newer characters added to that game. So that is clearly saying that in the Marvel Avengers universe, they will be introducing the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. Although this may not have any correlation to Secret Wars being introduced. Also, we have to consider that Marvel Alliance 3, there is an update coming out after the game's out to introduce the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and Marvel Knights. The Black Knight was rumored to be in the Quantum Realm in Avengers Endgame, but that never came in, even though there was insider sources sourcing it saying the Black Knight had been sourced. The Black Knight was in the movie, but he never was. So it is pretty obvious to me and a bunch of other people that I speak to that Secret Wars will be the priority of Phase 4. I don't think Secret Wars will be introduced during Phase 4, but I think essentially everything they're building up to will be the Secret War and Secret Invasion going forward. So guys, I would love to know what you guys think about this because I think it's going to take a really long time before we do get another Avengers movie. If we do get an Avengers movie in the next 3 years, it will have to be a new Avengers. Then after that, we will get something like Secret Wars when they can utilize all these crazy characters, because you just got to look at how much money Avengers Endgame made. 2.7 million. It's close to beating Avatar. It's very, very close. And they're not going to do massive numbers like that unless it's a big team-up movie. Yes, Captain Marvel movie made over 1 billion. Yes, Black Panther made over 1 billion. But no individual Marvel movie has come close to hitting 2 billion without it being a massive team-up movie. As popular as they are, Iron Man, very popular. Neither of any of his movies came anywhere near 2 billion. If Marvel want to keep cranking out the major bucks movies, they need more team-up movies. That is why there's going to be A-Force, there's going to be the new Avengers, there's going to be Secret Wars, which will be insane. But I honestly think we are 5 to 10 years away from it. I really love talking about Secret Wars. It's such a great storyline, but the problem is, it would cost so much money to make it with the CGI, with the VFX, the amount of characters like Dormammu, everyone, the Beyonder, Galactus, Magneto, Charles, the X-Men, Fantastic Four. It would just take so much money. So Marvel will have to recuperate their money with movies like Black Widow, Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2. They'll have to make some smaller movies before they can punch you in the face with another big movie. So guys, remember that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, is coming out very soon. It's coming out in just over 4 weeks. I will be covering it on my channel, and I will be streaming it on Twitch if I can find a way to do it, because I'm going to try and grow the Twitch channel again. The Twitch channel is Warstu. If you could, check me out there. That'd be freaking awesome. I've also got a second channel called Warstu Vlogs. I will be doing a video on there. Not done a video yet. I think one of my first videos will actually be a transformation video. It's a more personal channel, so if you actually like me and want to know anything about what I'm like, behind the scenes, all that jazz, outside of this comic book, Marvel stuff, then follow me on that channel. It's going to be completely random and sporadic when we do start uploading on that channel. And we are nearly close to 400 subscribers, which is insane, guys. When I first started this channel, it took me a year to get like 1,000, but YouTube is what it is. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.